In this video, we will explore the parameters for CoGo point creation commands, examine how these settings impact the process of creating points, and learn how to save default settings in a template for future projects. To access the command parameters, head to the Create Points panel. The rightmost button, which has two down arrows, will reveal several groups of parameters. In this panel, you can see the default layer on which new points will be placed. You can choose to use the current layer or select a specific layer from the list. The next group of point parameters is called point creation. Here, you can set the coordinates input parameters and define how additional parameters will be requested. Currently, the manual entry of elevations and descriptions is set, so at the moment of point creation, Civil 3D will request this information. However, if you change the value to none, for example, then the point will be created immediately without requesting these properties. Additionally, you can set autocomplete for the properties. For instance, you can enter a default value like 100 meters, and then, when you create the point manually, this value will be inserted for the elevation. There are default styles and a default name format for points and point groups. In the point identity parameter group, you can also make some settings, such as the next point number value and what to do if there is repetitive data when creating or importing points. You have different options on how to act if a point number already exists or if there are repeating names. Civil 3D can overwrite them, ask what to do, or give a new value that you define. However, if you close the point creation panel, all the settings you've made will disappear. To change these settings, you need to change the settings for the point creation commands. Let's compare two windows. If you open the default layer settings and define a new layer, such as survey points, and set it as the target layer by clicking the lock icon and then pressing apply, you will notice that in the points creation tool settings, this property is no longer active. In the points creation group of properties, you can also modify the default values. This means that you can make a global configuration of requests for additional point properties. After configuring this, you can open and close the points creation panel, and these values will be taken from the command settings. There's another cool feature that will help you remember the settings you made in the Create Points session. It's the Save Command Changes to Settings option inside the General group. When you make a change in the Create Points panel, it will automatically be entered in the command properties. For instance, if you change the properties to manually request elevations, close the panel, and then open it again, this property will not reset. It will stay in the same mode of manually requesting properties.